hello. I am either gone or you get to listen to me and pause me, even though I am here, but I'm probably absent. So, hello. Nice not seeing you today, right? Anyways, I am going to review some things about lines. And I want you to practice these, write them down, and hand them in at the end of class. So I'm going to do one problem. You're going to pause it. You're going to do the other problems. And then you can play again and see if you get the right answer. And we'll do that for 3 or 4 slides. So the first one's very basic. It is finding the slope of a line given a graph. To be able to do this, you connect 2 points on a line by counting up and over. So I'm going to do the blue line, and I'll let you do the other ones. For the blue line, we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I go over 1, 2, 3, 4. So the slope of the line is going to be 6 over 4. And of course, we're going to simplify our fractions. Divide them both by 2, and the slope is 3 halves. I check to see, yep, this is a positive slope. It is going up. So that means the slope of my line is positive 3 halves. Pause and do the other 3 lines. Welcome back. Let's see if you got them right. Orange. Orange, I count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 1, 2. So this should have been 6 over 2, or 3. If you put 3, you're almost right. You need to check to see if it's negative or positive. The slope is going down, so this has a negative slope. So the correct answer should have been negative 3. The black line, I count up 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, 2. So my slope is 4 over 2, which is 2. I check to see if that line is positive. Yes, it is. So that means the answer should have been positive 2. Lastly, the purple one. I count up 1, 2, 3, and over 1. So the slope is 3 over 1, which equals 3. I have to check, though, to see if that line is positive or negative. It is negative, so the correct answer is the slope is negative 3. Next type of problem. Hopefully. Well, I have to go back to the computer and click it. Find the slope between 2 points, not given a graph. You did this way back in pre-algebra and in algebra, but you've probably forgotten. There is a formula, and if it's ever on any formula sheet, it's going to say slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And that's fine, it's a correct formula, but I tried to make it simpler. I try to say it's y minus y over x minus x. So in this case, I know that the first number in an ordered pair is x. So this is x, that is y, this is x, and this is y. So you have a choice. Do you want to take 15 minus 7 or 7 minus 15? I'm going to take 15 minus 7. So the formula tells me to subtract the y's. So 15 minus 7. Now, since I took 15 minus 7, I have to go back and take 3 minus 5. It is not 5 minus 3. So it's 15 minus 7 over 3 minus 5. 15 minus 7 is 8. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4. Now let's see what you can do. My pen's not working. I'll click it in the back. So go ahead and pause, and you try this one. All right, let's see what you got. Y minus y, negative 8 minus a minus 2, y minus y, over x minus x. 6 minus a negative 4. Lots of minus signs. Hopefully you plugged in the correct numbers. You could have done it backwards a different way. This is the way I chose to do it. The minus minus is going to make a plus for both of these. Negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. But we're going to simplify our fraction, divide them both by 2, negative 3 over 5. Let's do another example. Wasn't that a great joke? Okay, maybe not. But now it kind of feels like you're in class, isn't it? Mr. Mack making terrible jokes. All right. Write an equation that is parallel to this line. Y equals 4x minus 8 and has a y-intercept of 10. First, you need to remember from geometry that parallel lines have the same slope. The slope of this line is 4. So the slope of my new equation is also going to have a slope of 4. So it's going to be y equals 4x. And now I need to figure out my y-intercept. Well, they told me this new line is going to have a y-intercept of 10. So that's simply my answer, 4x plus 10. Let's let you try one. So pause and try this one by yourself. All right, let's see what you got. The slope of this line is negative 4. It asked me to write an equation that's parallel to it. So then my new line is also going to have a slope of negative 4. So y equals negative 4x. And the y-intercept turns out, well, they just told me they wanted it 12. So it's negative 4x plus 12. All right, let's do another one. One more type of problem. There's this thing called the point-slope equation. You will be able to see it on almost every reference sheet, like on the ISEP test. Y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. A typical equation is write an equation of a line that has a slope of 3 and goes through the point 5, 7. And this is how we use the formula. So they want me to write an equation of a line, so it's going to be y. And then I need to find y1. So y minus, this number's x, that number's y. So it should be y minus 7 equals, they told me the slope of the line is going to be 3, parenthesis, x minus x1 is 5. So that's plugging in the numbers. that is an equation, but let's suppose they ask us, what is the y-intercept of this line? Well, we will always want to solve for y then. So let's go ahead and do that. Y minus 7 equals 3x minus 15. So I distributed. Let's add 7 to both sides. Y equals 3x minus 8. So now I can answer questions like, what's the y-intercept? The y-intercept turns out to be negative 8. One question for you to do. So pause it, try this one, and then I'll go over it, and I believe that is all. Welcome back. Isn't this fun? It's like I'm not there, but I'm there. Write an equation of a line that has a slope of negative 2 and goes through the point negative 5, 1. So here's the point slope equation. I'm just going to copy stuff. Y minus y1 is 1 equals, they tell me the slope is negative 2. The x is x minus x1 is negative 5. I'll plug in negative 5. So there's an equation. And let's suppose I ask us, what is the y-intercept? Well, we'll have to solve for y to do that. Y minus 1 equals negative 2x. Minus minus is going to make a plus. So negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Be careful about two negatives next to each other. That does turn out to be a plus. So this is what happens after I distribute. Let's add 1 to both sides. So y equals negative 2x minus 9. So the y-intercept turns out to be negative 9. And that's all I have for you for line review. You should have written things down, and you can make sure your name's on that and turn that in. Here's a funny graph because I like graphs, but other people do not. And the sub should also have some other type of review for you to do. Thank you.